Man, how y'all doing today? It's your boy General G Recruiting, back with another video, and this is gonna be the question and answer. This is gonna be a two-part series, so this is part one. I got a lot of questions that I'm gonna answer, and before I get things started, I just want to give a disclaimer. I'm not an expert on minoxidil, neither am I a scientist, so I don't understand how minoxidil works in the body. I'm just gonna be answering these questions based off of my experiences over the past year, as well as the protocols that I found that were the most effective and easiest for me to continue doing on a week-to-week basis. So without further ado, let's get into the first question. First question, do you wait 12 hours to apply minoxidil? Or do you apply it one time in the morning and then in the night? Is it possible to apply it at 8 in the morning and 6 in the afternoon? Good question. So I do not wait 12 hours. I don't know how many hours I wait in between applying minoxidil. I apply it first thing in the morning after I take a shower and wash my face and everything. And then at night after I'm ready to go to bed, take a shower or whatever, then I apply it. I don't go by a specific time range or whatever like that. Just in the morning and at night. Keep it simple. All right, next question. I have a little bit of sideburns. Do you think I should shave everything off and start clean, or should I just start using the product on the areas I need to grow? So you kind of in the situation that I was in. When I first started out, I could grow my sideburns and I can grow hair under my chin, but all this middle part right here, it wouldn't connect. And so because of that, I didn't like having sideburns, so I just shaved it off just because I thought it looked better. But since you have barely any sideburns, you can do whatever you want to do. It's not really gonna matter. If you want to keep your sideburns, you can keep them and just apply the minoxidil to the rest of your face that doesn't have any hair. And I would still apply minoxidil to your sideburns as well to make your sideburns thicker. So like I say, it's up to you, whatever you feel looks best on your face at this point in time. All right, next question. Do you see more gains using a 10% minoxidil? And that question, I'm not 100% sure. I do, like when I first started using the 10% minoxidil, like I had shaved off my beard. It was in April. I completely shaved off. And when my hair started growing back, I had gaps like right here and right here. It actually was worse than when I had my nude gains like on my, 10th and 11th week. And I was like, I didn't know if I was shedding or what was going on. And so I started with the minoxidil 10%, and I used that for like a month and a half, I think. And then I shaved again, but I kept like a goatee. And when my hair, when all the rest of this grew back, it grew back stronger than ever, and I didn't have that gap anymore. So I don't know if I was going through a shedding phase or if it was the 10% minoxidil working any better. I'm not 100% sure, but I haven't noticed any like huge improvements from using a 10% minoxidil. All right, next question. I'm about to buy minoxidil, guys. Which one should I get, the foam or the liquid? In my personal opinion, I would get the foam. I think the liquid may work a little better, but the liquid is gonna have more, it's gonna make you susceptible to more side effects such as like heart palpitations. It's definitely gonna make your skin drier, and it's just not as convenient because it takes a lot longer to dry on your skin. So if you're like me, you have to go to work in the morning, you know what I'm saying, you kind of have to plan on waking up earlier so the minoxidil can dry on your face before you go to work. So I just think the foam is easier. The foam instantly dries. It's a little bit more expensive, but to me the convenience is preferable, and plus they both gonna work. So you'll grow a great beard with the foam. Just look at me. So I would say foam instead of liquid. All right, next question. Do you think you still want a beard if having one wasn't seen as being more of a man? Yeah, I didn't want to grow a beard because I felt like having a beard makes me manlier. I just wanted a beard because I seen a tranny or a woman, I seen a woman who transitioned to a man grow a beard using minoxidil, and I figured, hey, I produce testosterone. It can't be the testosterone that she's on that's making her grow a beard. So I was like, if she can grow a beard, I can grow a beard. So I started using minoxidil. It wasn't to you know what I'm saying, make me seem like I'm manlier. I just wanted to see if it was gonna work. And I actually like the way I look with a beard more than without it. All right, next question. Are you familiar with the fact that cleaning your beard with apple cider vinegar can help with growth? I've actually never heard of that claim before. I don't know if it works. It may not, but I could tell you one thing, that's not something that I would do, because I wouldn't want my face smelling like apple cider vinegar all day. So I don't know. Hey, if it works, then do it, but I can't do it. All right, next question. What is the most difficult part of your minoxidil beard journey? And do you think derma rolling was a big key factor to the awesome growth of your beard? So easily the most difficult part of your minoxidil beard journey, and I think I can speak for everybody, is like the first 2 months on your journey when you're applying the minoxidil, you're derma rolling, whatever, and you're not seeing any results. It's gonna take like 8 to 9 weeks before you start seeing those noob gains come in. You start seeing those vellus and transitional hairs just come out of nowhere. And so those first, especially like those first 2 and 3 weeks, it seems like the days are gonna go by slow. You're gonna be in the mirror all day, especially in the morning, looking to see if you have a vellus hair. I remember being at work, going to the bathroom like 15 times a day, just looking in the mirror to see if I had any kind of growth, because I was skeptical of the product. But once you start, you know what I'm saying, getting into like month 4 and 5, and you starting to get those vellus hairs and everything, and you have a beard, then it's gonna be easy. The weeks are gonna go by fast, and you're not gonna be as concerned about whether this product is working or not. So definitely the first part. And the second part of your question, do I think derma rolling was a key factor? I don't know, man, because I started derma rolling on week 4, but I didn't start noticing gains till like week 9. So from those 5 weeks on, when I started derma rolling, I didn't see any gains. Now I've seen other people make videos about derma rolling, and they said they noticed huge results, like huge, you know what I'm saying, spurts of vellus hairs once they started derma rolling. I didn't notice any of that. And I still have weak areas that I derma rolled to death. And like right here, I derma roll this like crazy every week, and it still hasn't filled in yet. So I'm not sure how effective derma rolling is, but I still do it twice a week just to stay consistent. All right, next question. If we stop using minoxidil, what would happen? It depends on when you stop using minoxidil. So, you know what I'm saying, your hair growth, it grows and it transitions. First, you start getting the vellus hairs, which are like peach fuzz, and then you're gonna have your transitional hairs sprout up. And these are the hairs that are gonna be long, but they're like light. Sometimes, like for white guys, it may be like a different shade, maybe like a blonde shade. Like if you have brown hair, it may come in blonde, and it's really soft. And these are not permanent hairs. And then eventually your vellus and transitional hairs are gonna be replaced by your permanent terminal hairs. And so if you know what I'm saying, if you're in the process of your journey where you have a lot of vellus and transitional hairs, if you stop using minoxidil, they're gonna go away. You're gonna lose all your gains. But once they transition to terminal hairs, which takes about 9 months to a year, once it's terminal, it's permanent. So like right here, most of this hair right here is terminal. So if I stop using minoxidil right now, I'm gonna keep all my gains. So it just kind of depends on what cycle you are. So if you go 3 months on minoxidil and you quit, you're not gonna have terminal hairs by then. And so you're gonna lose all your gains if you quit. All right, and so the last question for this video, what month did I switch to the 10% minoxidil? I think I said it earlier. So I started my minoxidil beard journey last year, November 2018. I started using the 10%, I think, in May. So that's about 7 months into my journey when I started using the 10% minoxidil. So like I said, that was the last question of this part 1 video. Stay tuned to part 2.